And I love that I do it for myself and I work for myself. And I am so thankful that I found the online eBay YouTube community after I lost my job that even got me interested in going down this path and doing it. And I'm so thankful I'm in it now. And I'm so thankful I started this YouTube channel, which led me to you guys. Welcome back, everybody. This has been a great week. First and foremost, we got a lot of new subscribers here this week, so I just want to say thank you to everybody who checked out last week's video and for hitting the subscribe button. It's truly appreciated. For those who are new here and don't know me, my name is Paul. I lost my job back in May, started an eBay business, and I started this YouTube channel to document the entire process. Thank you guys for joining every week. Every Sunday, we go over the top 10 sales of the week and then just discuss other things that are going on in the community, as well as I catch you guys up with what's going on in my week. A few things I do want to talk about this week that we'll get into. Some things that have happened over the week in the eBay world. But let's go ahead and jump into the numbers. This week, we had a 449% return on investment with a 50% net profit margin. We had a gross income of $567 and a net income of $291. We were very busy and steady all week this week. My best day was actually Monday. We had $118.03 in gross sales, which was the equivalent of $63.91 in net sales. Just to cover a couple of the top return on investments by sources, garage sales the big winner this week. You'll see why on the list. And then sunglasses have been doing great for me. I'm really happy I made the decision back in July to make sunglasses a new pillar of my business. It's now at the point where I've almost broke even on the entire purchase, and I don't even have half of them listed yet, which is phenomenal for me. I think I currently have 139 that are actively listed. I believe I've sold 25 total, and it's almost paid off for all the sunglasses. So, and of course you guys never get to see them because they never make the top 10 list because of how small the sales are, but the volume of sales is what keeps it going, which is really awesome. So if you guys ever are looking for a pair of sunglasses, check my store out, see if I have something you like. Listings by sources this week. Green Bay Goodwill is the top winner this week. I'm really starting to trudge through all the Green Bay inventory. And like I said, I went to 7 different thrift stores. I loaded up. I spent a lot of money. So we got 27 items from Goodwill in Green Bay listed, 24 remote controls, and 24 sunglasses. I didn't sell any remotes this week, but I knew there was going to be weeks where I didn't sell a remote. That's not why I'm getting into it. I did, however, purchase 2 more remote lots. I got a really good price on both, more than I paid for the initial one, but not much more. I think one was $1.24 per remote, and then the other one was, I want to say, $1.27. Either way, I still like that model, and I believe in it, so I'm gonna continue on down the line with that. Listings by price. Majority are sunglasses and remotes, which are under $20. We had 15 between the 20 and 50 range, and 1 item between the 50 and 100 range. We had 88 new listings this week and resulted in 24 sales. So slightly above average in the number of sales we've had this week. Still hasn't broached our top sales week, which was 30, I believe. Yeah, it's 30. But I can see the ramp up and elevating happen as we're going into Q4, and it gets me excited because I'm ready for it. All my processes are in place to where listing every day is easy. And as you can see, my goal of 12 a day was not only met, but it was exceeded on some days. That 12 is the sweet spot for me. That's the sweet spot of like getting things done. I'm really kicking myself because I don't have a draft bank up right now, and I need to build that up because I want to build that up going into Q4 with all the different busy life scenarios that are going to come on. If sales go up, I'm going to need more time for shipping. Still have school I've got to tackle, and as we go into Q4, there's also family obligations that I got to meet. So I really need to start building my draft bank, and that's something I need to do. So what I think I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start taking photos and doing listings for 24 a day and build it up slowly, build my draft bank up slowly that way. So when I go sourcing, I don't have to worry about getting the 12 listings up. I just have to hit a button ready to go and have to do anything like that. Average time for an item to sell in my store this week was 2 months, and I spent a total of $175 on new inventory. Number 10 sale of the week is this Harley Davidson Hawaiian shirt, men's large orange with all over motorcycle pattern. I picked this up at a St. Vincent's for $3.07. It sold on eBay for $25 even, which was $19 for the shirt, $6 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $4.47, which was good enough for a net return of $12.66, which is a $4.12 return on investment and a 51% net profit margin. Number 9 sale this week is this Chaps Blazers men's 44R olive green wool sport coat. Picked this up at a Goodwill for $3.09. It sold on eBay for $27.80, which was $17 for the coat and $10.80 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $6.26, which was good enough for a $13.70 net return, which is a 446% return on investment and a 50% net profit margin. And this also is the first blazer I sold. I always kind of get excited when I sell that first item in a new category, because I feel like what I'm noticing with eBay is when you try to branch off into a new category, it feels like you don't get any attention on an item until you actually get the first sale. And then when the first sale happens, it seems like all of your other items in that category just started getting views, watches, and start selling. So I'm excited to see if this means I can start getting rid of some of my blazers that are hanging up. Number 8 sale of the week is this Star Fox Super Nintendo cart. This is an item from home, so $0 purchase price. It's sold on eBay for $19.41. That's $14.06 for the game and $5.35 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $2.21, which yielded a $13.87 net return, which is a net profit margin of 71%. So this week, with all the new subscribers, people that I've known in a past life are starting to find this channel, and one of the new subscribers is a good friend of mine from the Navy, and he reached out to me, was excited when he found the store, or found the channel and found the store. He actually purchased this item, and he purchased another game coming up later on in the list. Yeah, I'm really thankful for that. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, it's weird that people are now finding this channel just organically and naturally. It's really neat. Number 7 sale of the week is this Winners Sportswear men's small soccer referee pro jersey. So I picked this up at a St. Vincent's in Green Bay for $3.80. When I saw it on the rack, I thought this was a cycling jersey. And when I got it home and I actually listed it this week, and I started doing the research for it. I'm looking for cycle jerseys from Winter Sportswear, and I found the company's website, and they don't make cycling jerseys. And I'm like, well, what is this then? And after further research, I found out this was their soccer referee jersey. It's in great condition for used, and they sell new $34.99 on the website. So this sold on eBay for $26.17. $20.22 for the shirt and $5.95 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $4.43, which was good enough to yield a $14.18 net return, which was a return of investment of 373% and a 54% net profit margin. And the number 6 sale this week is this Giannis Milwaukee Brewers basketball jersey. I picked this up at Denim Heart for $2.80. It was in mint condition, and I knew as soon as I picked it up and saw that it was a basketball jersey for a baseball team, I knew it was a unique item, and I knew it was going to sell relatively quick. It took 8 days after listing, and it sold on eBay for $26.80, which was $21 for the jersey and $5.80 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $4.23, which could yield a net return of $15.26, which was a 545% return on investment and a net profit margin of 57%. Number 5 sale of the week is this Peter Millar Seaside Wash Penn State Polo. Picked this up at a St. Vincent's for $3.07. It sold on eBay for $27.80, which was $21 for the shirt and $6.80 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $5.32, which yielded a net return of $15.34, which was a 500% return on investment and a 55% net profit margin. Number 4 sale of the week is this Mario's Time Machine for Super Nintendo. Again, my friend purchased this. This was purchased from home, so it was a $0 cost of goods. It sold on eBay for $22.05, which was $16.70 for the game and $5.35 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $2.22 because I shipped both games together, which yielded a net return of $16.52, which was good enough for a 75% net profit margin. Number 3 sale of the week is WWE 2K14 for the PS3. And this is an item from home, so it had a purchase price of $0. It sold on eBay for $24.93, which was $19.53 for the game and $5.40 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $4.11. The net return was $16.60, which was a 67% return on investment. Number 2 sale of the week is this OEM Nintendo NES Advantage joystick controller. Again, this is an item from home with a purchase price of $0. It's sold on eBay for $30.60, which was $19 for the controller and $11.60 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $8.05, which yielded a net return of $18.14, which is a 59% net profit margin. And the number 1 sale of the week is this Canon all-in-one inkjet printer. I was at a garage sale when I first started doing the eBay sales, and this was there, and it was tagged for $5. I picked it up right away. I ran the comps on it. It had some pretty good comps. It did take 3 months to sell. But one thing that's really interesting about this item is when I first started and I was setting up my policies, which if you're new, like that's one of the big things you have to learn when you're new to eBay is what policies you want, how to create the policies, and how to enforce the policies. I initially started shipping to all 50 states, and I just ran into an issue where somebody reached out to me, like from Hawaii, who the shipping was, they reached out to me like complaining about how expensive my shipping was to Hawaii, and I, explained to them that, hey, that's the cost to ship to Hawaii. So I crafted my policies very shortly in where I only did the 50 continental United States and I did an exclusion to Hawaii and Alaska. Now I was under the impression, and I have not had any issues since that point, but I was always under the impression that when you make an exclusion list on eBay, your products are not seen by those who live and reside in Alaska or Hawaii. This item had very little views and watchers over the months, and then this week it's got its first view, I want to say, in like 15 or 20 days, and I had the ability to send out an offer on it. I think I had this listed for $29.98, and I had the ability to send an offer to somebody, and I sent them an offer for $25. And the person responds back to me and says, I would totally accept the offer, but you don't ship to Hawaii, which kind of baffles me because I thought that they couldn't even see the listings, my listings, if they were in Hawaii. And I messaged the person and I said, hey, I just find that a lot of people who live in Hawaii don't like to pay the shipping cost, and I figured just to make it easier on everybody, I would exclude shipping. I was like, if you want the product and you're willing to pay the shipping, I will end this list, not end the listing, decline the offer, and once you decline it, I can adjust the settings of it. And I said I'll create a policy that allows me to ship this item to Hawaii if you're willing to pay the shipping. And he's like, I don't care what the shipping is. He's like, I want this printer. He's like, I had this printer for years. It's awesome. And he's like, I can't find this printer anymore. And he's like, I want this printer. So I said, okay, just decline my offer, and then I'll go in and I'll edit the policy on it to open it up to Hawaii, because apparently when he tried to check out, it wouldn't let him check out because I don't ship to Hawaii. But if that's the case, why did he even show him the listing? So I went in, I adjusted it, and then when I put it back in, I sent him an offer. Once I saw what the shipping was going to cost him, I sent him an offer for $20, and I said, hey, I want to give you a $5 break on it, because I said I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to make some money off the shipping. And I said, you deserve a little bit of a rate reduction on that, which he was thankful for, and he purchased it. And this sold on eBay for $68.40, which was $20 for the printer and $48.40 for the shipping. The actual cost to ship this item was $19.68, which was good enough for a $36.74 net return and a return of investment on 735%, with a net profit margin of 54%. And I'll tell you, after this sale, it really got me thinking maybe I should open up back to Hawaii. I mean, it's horrible to say, but you're going to make a lot of money off the shipping. A lot of people I know have asked me if I do free shipping or if I pass on the eBay discount to customers. And I'll be honest, I have tested every single way to ship. I have done it to where I've built in the price of shipping, and I've done free shipping. I have done calculated shipping. I have done set standard prices for shipping, and I've tested all those out throughout different periods of the last 4 months. And what I've seen for me is calculated where I don't pass on my discount. And the reason I don't pass on my discount is because it costs me money to ship items. The cardboard boxes, the bubble wrap, the tape, everything has a seller cost. And in this scenario where I made a lot of extra money on the shipping, I have no problem cutting a deal on the item price and giving an extra $5 off. I'm not trying to swindle anybody, but on a normal sale, I still have materials that go into the shipping costs, and I always consider whatever offset that is. And usually it's like 50 cents to $1, as you guys know. And I consider that the covering my cost of materials. And then there's times where I lose money on shipping. There's times where it costs me 50 cents to $1. So the way I figured it is doing the calculated is the best. I really don't see it affecting any of my sales. And I've looked at eBay statistics, and eBay statistics with the current shipping policies I have, if I was to change it to free shipping, it would show a 4% increase in sales, which is a very small jump compared to what my other shipping policies if you change them to free. So I have like the best step under is all it would do is make a 4% difference. And for the cost, Baron, I just think calculated shipping works out better for me in my business. I'm not telling you have to do it. I'm just saying this is what works for me. So I actually made more money than I actually had the item listed for because of shipping and because the customer from Hawaii reached out to me. So maybe I'm considering opening my shipping policies back up to Hawaii. I don't know, but I thought it was an interesting story. And of note, I did some massive arts and crafts time on the shipping of this, building a box for this that was exactly perfect, because that was one of the ways I was able to make the money on the shipping. I was making sure the box was a perfect size for it. And that's another thing. Don't ever be afraid to make your own box. If you're selling something that's a bigger item and the only box you have is like 3 times the size of it, pull out a box cutter, get creative, and bring the size of the box down to where the item fits more snug in it. Because that's what you're getting charged on. You're getting charged on weight and you're getting charged on dimensions. You can't control the weight of the item, but if you lower the dimensions, you're naturally going to lower the weight. So don't be afraid to make your own boxes. It's not hard. It's super easy. I actually want to do a video on that one day. Like, I should have pulled out the camera and recorded it on this printer. I apologize for that, guys. That would have been a good video for everybody. And that concludes our top 10 sales of the week. Things I wanted to talk about this week in the world of eBay reselling. First one is I watched a YouTube video from Adam Savage from a month ago. Adam Savage from Mythbusters. And his video was, they took away my favorite tool, or they changed my favorite tool and I'm not happy about it. And it was a 16-minute video on how Papermate changed their Sharpwriter or Sharpwrite number 2 pencil, mechanical pencil. And it's been the same for the last 30 years that he's been using it. And they just changed the formula where it's now a cheaper product because, the company needs to maximize profits. And I'm watching this video and I can empathize and relate to him. Like, when you get something that you love, like a product that you love, and they change it or discontinue it, it really stinks. Especially when, they lessen the quality of it. But I was thinking, and I couldn't help but think the whole time I'm watching this video, I'm like, man, this sounds like a problem that an eBay reseller could solve. And like, as I'm watching this video, I go on eBay and I start doing sold comps on these pencils. And it's just funny because there's a market for it with a really great sell-through rate if you have the old school Papermate Sharpwriter number 2 pencils. I believe they're called Sharpwriter. It's their yellow mechanical number 2 pencil by Papermate. And at the end of his video, he's like, and that's okay. I've already gone to the secondary market to start buying my supply. And I just smiled and I'm like, this is why it's awesome being an eBay seller. Like, we are the ones who deliver those items to people. The products they love that they can no longer get. We're the ones that wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning on Fridays and Saturdays to go hit garage sales and estate sales. And there's nothing better than when you're at an estate sale and they're like, look through everything, and you open up a closet and you just see like a box of Papermate Sharpwriter number 2 pencils. and you just say like that's stuff that happens in our field, and you just know like this is gonna sell. It's a treasure hunt, and I'm starting to learn to love that part of the business, is the treasure hunting for the items. I also like the business mindset about it, but the point of this all is we are the proprietors of nostalgia and things people need that they can no longer get. That's our main role. And I don't think I really grasped and realized how many skills you need to be an eBay reseller until I became an eBay reseller. Because it's not like we're just going and buying junk at thrift stores and garage sales and reselling it. I mean, essentially, we go out and we source inventory from different places, not only, garage sales and thrift stores, also retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and we give it value. We provide the value back and put it on the market for people who are seeking it. And I think that's really awesome. And other skills, we're photographers. I notoriously throughout my adult life have not been a picture taker. I don't do selfies. I don't take pictures to capture moments. Like, I've traveled the world, and I wasn't the guy who was at the Roman Coliseum with a camera in front of my face snapping off 1,000 pics. I was always a firm believer of like, I'm here in the moment, just enjoy my time here and not have to worry about doing a job. And I think photography is a job. As an eBay reseller, you're a photographer. I mean, I list 12 items a day. Each item has a minimum of 6 pictures. That's a lot of pictures every single day. Inventory, bookkeeping, keeping track of all your numbers. Like, there's so much that goes into the eBay reselling game that you're never not busy. And I love it. And I love that I do it for myself and I work for myself. And I am so thankful that I found the online eBay YouTube community after I lost my job that even got me interested in going down this path and doing it. And I'm so thankful I'm in it now. And I'm so thankful I started this YouTube channel, which led me to you guys, who are absolutely awesome, that you guys tune in every Sunday to sit here and watch me talk about my eBay sales for this week and how my sales went and just how my week went in general. The second thing I want to talk about and address this week, for those who had a busy, I want to say it was Wednesday. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong on Wednesday. But I think it was Wednesday, eBay had a shipping outage. And of course the outage happened when I got 4 sales right in a row, like cha-ching, and then it cha-chinged again. And I thought, did I not just clear that notification as I was coming out here to do it? And then cha-ching, cha-ching. And then I got out here, I packaged everything up, and I went to print the shipping labels, and eBay's shipping service was down. Everything else on the website worked. You could buy, you could browse, but if you were a seller and you were trying to buy shipping labels from eBay, you couldn't do it. And it was down for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I reached out to eBay. Nobody picked up the phone, which understood. Reached out through social media. They did get back to me a day and a half later, which didn't matter at that point, but their whole international shipping was down. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because you can't put all of the eggs of your business in one basket. And this is something I'm learning. Like, I'm notorious where I do everything through the eBay app, or eBay in general, shipping, everything like that. And I realized, hey, there might be times where eBay's not available and you need to have a backup plan. So Wednesday, I told myself I was going to give it 3 hours to see if shipping came back up on eBay. But I immediately went and I created a pirate ship account just in case if eBay ever goes down and there's no other way to do it except for a QR code in the post office, which I would prefer not to do. I went ahead and created a pirate ship account. So always have redundancy built into your business. Like, whatever processes you have, make sure that there's a backup to every single thing you do. So if one process goes down, you have a backup that you can put right into place so your business continues moving. And that was something I didn't think about till it happened this week. And I know one person commented on my post because I actually put out a poll if anybody else's shipping was down. And they said, it was right after I created the pirate ship account. They were like, you should have a backup shipping account somewhere. And it was great advice. And I recommend it too. And just so you guys know, my backup shipping that I will be using is Pirate Ship. That's who I'm going to have backup instead of just depending on eBay 100% of the time. With that said, first week of the new semester started, English and history. It's going good. Projects. I was surprised. These 2 classes actually required real work done in the first week, which I have no problem with. Projects are turned in. We're going to keep the straight A's going. I'm not going to stop. And if I ever come in front of this camera and I tell you I didn't get straight A's, make sure you publicly chastise me to get me back on track. Other than that, sourcing, I still have so much stuff in my death pile. I didn't go sourcing this week. This is now 2 weeks in a row I haven't gone sourcing. I like the 12-a-day pattern. I like the remote sunglass mix-in. Got a lot of great inventory coming up. I spent a lot of the early part of this week trying to clear the stuff in my death pile that I wasn't passionate about listing. Like, stuff that's been sitting there forever, and every time I should go and list it, I always looked at it and just go, I don't want to list this. This week, I got a lot of that stuff out the door. There's still some stuff like that in my death pile, but going to be going through, getting that cleared out. And I know I talked about it last week where 1,500, 2,000 items is probably where I want my store to hover around. So right now it's just getting prepped and getting it there and then hoping to go into a strong Q4. I'm excited to see what happens in the future. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be busy every day and shipping stuff out, making money. I mean, that's the name of the game. It's why we're all here. It's why we're all doing this. And yeah, that's all I got for this week. I hope all of you had a great week. I hope all of you have a great week to come. And thank you guys so much tuning in and watching this episode. See you guys next Sunday.